Michelle, do we have any questions today?
She's asking, could you please talk about needing your loved ones and being needed by your loved ones?
There's the word need and there's the word love. They're very different. There is would love to, would like to. If I need you, it's about me, and it's okay. But if our foundation is about what I need from you, and your foundation is about what you need from me, then we always take away to get what we want. I would like to have you near me because I love you and because I want you close. But from freedom, the fact that I need something that I think or feel that you can fulfill in me is something I need to work on. I want to be oh so sweet and nurturing to you that you'd love to be with me. And sometimes if I miss you, I will tell you, but the foundation between us will always be I don't own you, and you're not here to fulfill my deficits. I am here to create a life that is you and me wherever it takes us. So when you need your beloveds to be next to you, you need to find the part of you that feels empty and find ways to get to know you as the being that you are, and not running to taking care of other people instead of taking care of the lonely child inside you.
Can I help heal a loved one with my energy? If so, do you have any tips on how?
Well, it's a very general question, and I'll say a very general yes if it's your role to heal that person. First of all, you can just heal someone by being with them in love and open and believing and holding the faith that they can be better. That is very healing to just be there, not like, oh, but you can do it. You could be creative, loving, and do whatever you can to facilitate the best space for that person to get better. Do you have a role as a healer? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes if you're too close to someone, you become too personally, emotionally attached. And that sometimes may, your role as a healer may be as the mother, the father, the partner, the child towards the parents. You know, your role as a family member is very valued. Um, if you feel that your role is beyond just the role that you have in that person's life, then there are many ways for you to heal that person, but mainly through your presence. And there are a lot of modalities. But I do suggest to that person to first see what your role is with this other person that needs healing and to be your role. And sometimes your role is not what that sick person would ask of you. Your role is where you can make the most effect to promote this person's well being. I hope I answered it well. It's a very broad question, and there's no two answers that are the same for that question, but it's just a gist of something.
How did you get started being a spiritual teacher?
How did I get started? I don't know. Um, I was always able to see energies and to see and feel things beyond the regular realm, and I thought everybody could. And then I learned they couldn't. And I did go through some emotional transformation where I healed some kind of an inner emotional hunger I've had. And was very surprised I did because I did not come from a new age world. I came from multimedia world and creative world, and something about me changed, and this big hole that I had in my soul were not there anymore, and I was so astonished. Wow. um, the journey of how that happened is very long, so I will not go into that. And so I've been through some personal journey that took about a couple of years, I believe. Then I met Daphna. I think she's somewhere here, maybe on page 2. Um, and she told me that she thought I was holding a higher consciousness than everybody, and she was very much into that stuff. So I was like, oh, cool. And then she said, you have to do events and this and that. I said, one person at a time. So that's how it went. One person at a time. We didn't even have an internet, like a website or nothing for years. And it just happened. Yeah, something like that. I don't see myself as a healer. I see myself as a mirror. When I said the word healer, it feels like something is wrong with you, therefore you came to me. I hope that my presence will inspire you to see you in ways that you haven't seen yourself before that inspire you. That's a very long title, so I'm Ronit.
Can you talk about self-improvement? How much should we try to do better, to be better?
The word trying is a tough word. I, I like choosing up as best as I can. And I like being kind to yourself and not rigid. I don't do rigid. It's not working like we talked about. I do the flow thing. Sometimes in our moments we show up and perform in ways that we say, "Oh my God, that is awesome. I really was there. I'm very grateful for how I acted." Sometimes we go, In the moments that we have, sometimes we can choose up, which means choose the high road, choose what our spirit or our clarity tells us. So sometimes we choose the low fruit, the one that we conceal a little and the easy way out, or the one we get the most accolades for. At the end of the day, you have your integrity and you know where you come from. And so when your choices don't come in alignment with your heart and with what you believe in, you need to do some work. I feel like rather than trying, I feel that you would love yourself, and when you make choices you're not proud of, you don't say that you failed and you didn't do good enough, but just see what moved you to do that and be kind to yourself and find inspiration to allow you to make choices that make you feel I did good today. I feel like every night we should all have a very short production meeting with ourselves. Look at the day and go, all right, today was not so bad. I touched someone's heart. I made a difference. I made someone smile. And I don't know, the company was not so bad either. And if it wasn't that, I was like, okay, tomorrow is another day. We can give it another try with the grace.
I have family trauma from the Holocaust, and I feel it affects me more than my siblings. I feel they don't understand me, and it's painful.
When you come from a family where your lineage went through such horrible trauma, it affects you strongly. It's almost like you have chosen or you were put into a situation where it's going to affect everything in your life. You need to sit down with yourself in a very existentialistic moment and ask yourself, why did it happen to me? Why did I choose this family? Or why was I born to this family? And why is it a part of my skin? I really don't want this to be a part of my skin. I just want to have a life that doesn't have this big, heavy genocide burden and the commitment to make it all better afterwards a part of who I am. There is a place where that would feel like an asset. Because if you will step into the powerful of that lineage reality, then you will know why you're here in this world and what you can do here to affect and make the world wiser for what had happened to your lineage. I don't believe that any birth and any lineage is a cruel joke. I do know that we live in a world that's laced with violence and anger, and that many of us has been born and were affected in one way or another with this violence and anger. Where is the flow with all that? Death, destruction, genocide is not inspiring. Pictures of dead bodies is not inspiring. It makes people numb. Stories of horror make people numb. We have to find the places that fire us up to create a better world. I pray and hope that you and whoever is in a position of such will find the strength, the support, and the courage to connect with that. I pray that we never know sorrow of any portion with the grace of divine love.